Welcome to another Maz Play video. This is MazMojito, and today we're going to be continuing on with Sengoku Dynasty. Now this is the episode where I'm going to be doing a lot of town management, harvesting a lot of resources. So you're going to see a lot of me pretty much gathering things to expand the town. We also want to finish up the little fence that we started building around my village. So let's get going. Okay, so as you can see here, I use the fast travel system to go to one of my 3 towns that I manage right now. Putting some ice away because this is the only location where I actually have an ice house. And we're just going to go ahead and check on the different buildings here to make sure that everything is doing okay. My supplies are nice and full. All the supplies are linked across the 3 different towns that I manage. The town we saw in the beginning of the game in the first video is my newest town. So this is actually my second oldest town. My original town, which you start off with when you first begin the game, is still at the original location. It's doing fine on its own, so I don't really have to visit that too much. So what I like about this town, this is the lakeside town. Very good area for hunting. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing here. We're going to go ahead and get some more meat for our folks. Now the trick I noticed when it comes to hunting, shoot the animal once, especially if it's a deer, and it's going to slow down enough for you to chase it on foot. Give it a nice whack with your katana sword, and down it goes. And there you go. We got some fat, fur, and meat. Now, this strategy doesn't work that well on the boars because they come charging at you. So you really kind of gotta kite them and backpedal as you're shooting arrows at the boars to keep them from goring you to death. So same strategy, 1 arrow to the deer, chase them down with the katana. Okay, I broke one, but I have a backup. There we go. Easy peasy. Fresh meat. Fresh fur, fresh fat. And we get our arrow back. So as we learned in the last video, I unlocked the comma for picking the grass, wild grass, lake grass. We learned that it doesn't do very well on lake grass. It doesn't pick it up, so you're better off doing that by hand. But it does really good on the ground grass. Here we have a ship that always respawns every day, so you can always get some fresh fish off of here. Grilled fish, cooked fish. That boat is always good for a fresh supply of goods every day. And here's the grass that I was talking about. The comma tool works really good on this type of grass for harvesting. Instead of you having to harvest by hand, I usually like to pull that tool out, and you'll see how quickly I harvest. Look at that. 1 swipe, I did 3 bushes compared to 1 at a time by hand. So I'm really going to rack up the grass here because I need to use the grass to turn that into straw. And I pretty much need straw for any kind of construction building recipe that I'm working on. The straw is also good for other things when it comes to construction. The comma does not work good on grass, tall grass growing out of the water. You're better off picking that by hand. Now the comma will clear it, but you just won't get any credit for what you're knocking down compared to the grass that grows on the ground. So you're better off just picking these by hand, unless you're just trying to erase the grass in the lake. That would be the only reason to use the comma. And no, they don't work on these little small trees either, or decorative bushes. So straight ahead, that and bird's nest are good for eggs and some straw. So and feathers and whatnot. That kind of grass that I just looked at is what the comma is good for. But unless you need to collect a lot of straw, you don't need to go around chopping down every piece of grass you see. So we're going to forage and get some mushrooms here, because that's going to help our food demand also for the town. And I think I heard the grunting of a boar, so just got to be ready, because they will charge you, as you can see in the distance. One arrow to it, usually it'll either freeze or it'll come running. And it's looking for me. 3 arrows will take it down. There you go. Some more fur, meat, and fat for the food supply store. And of course I get my arrows back. Now this place is really good if you're hunting boar and if you're hunting deer. So this lakeside area is really great for that. And it's really useful in the winter because you can actually see all the animals really good against the white snow. Plenty of wasabi here growing by the little river, so that's also going to help our food supply numbers for our town. And with this latest update, you can now grow it on a farm, so that's going to be really useful as well, so you don't have to go out foraging for wasabi and any other ground herb or vegetable. Okay. We'll know we made contact because the deer just spook and start running. I think these arrows are going right through them though. There we go. We made contact that time. So now we chase them down. Should be one good whack with the katana. There you go. So if you don't put arrows in these guys, you won't be able to track them down on foot. They're just way too fast. Plenty of global plants here. Another type of vegetable or herb that you can grow in the new farm update. But I still like to pick them by hand. I don't think you can use the comma to harvest these. But they can be picked up pretty fast by hand. And of course we have a nice source of bamboo over by this town as well. Got the bamboo forest as I look to the left, so that's a great place for resources as well. So at this point, I'm pretty much just going to go ahead and collect as much food items as I can to help replenish the food supply. So when the season changes, my town is pretty well fed. And with that, I'm going to limit my talking to when I need to make an important comment. Okay, so another thing I'm going to be working on is replenishing my supply of bamboo, which goes with the wood supply. Bamboo is very important, just like straw, and is very useful for building all kind of buildings and stuff. So, but we're going to speed this up a little bit because bamboo is a little tough to chop, and you will sit there and swing a bunch of times, especially on the big thick trunk bamboo. So again, I'll go ahead and be silent, and we'll just speed through this, and you'll hear my comments on anything important. Okay, so we're nice and full up on supplies. My bags are full. I can't really carry any more except for things that can stack on top of each other. This is going to make our villagers across all three villages very happy. I'm going to be able to increase the food supply, the maintenance supply, the heating supply, with all these things that I'm bringing back to the village here, because again, the resources are shared across all of your towns, and that's why you can pretty much reach all your resources as long as you have the right building or the storage box. You can reach all your resources no matter what town you store it in. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and replenish areas I need to start getting some straw going. I will have to build buckets to start pulling more water, and I'm gonna get this bamboo all stored up in my wood storage so that it helps us with the heating. But it looks like we're full on my wood storage, so that means that the bamboo is going to have to stay in my inventory for now, and maybe I can use that when I'm finishing up my bamboo fence that I started back at my other village. So or maybe I can start a new fence at a different village for a new project, now that I have plenty of materials to do that. Okay, so now that my objective to resupply the town is pretty much complete, I think we're getting to a good point where we can put a bookmark in this particular video and come back in a new one to continue on with building up my villages. So as usual, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch my videos, and please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.